because that was very valuable, what you just shared then. And I think that we all came out of that black retreat maybe missing something, maybe coming back to reality, coming back to, you know, even though it's routine, you're still coming back to a different space. And because I got it actually before I even got back to Australia. I actually got it going on the plane. So in LA, in the hotel, that's when it all started, the flu. So it was really strange. So that trip back wasn't very pleasant on the plane at all. And then I had it very much so as soon as I arrived in Australia. It was pretty severe. And I needed a week. I just needed to say, I am giving myself permission to not do anything, or to just do a few. I think the first 4 days I did nothing. And then I slowly started to get my inspiration back and started to get my creativity back. And I could tell in your videos, especially the last 90-day video that you did, that was so different from all the others. Do you think this mastermind is helping with a lot of us getting back on track?
It does.
Yeah.
It is, because that's something that I really need.
Yeah.
And I felt the same. So coming back, we felt kind of fueled up.
Yes.
Like now everything is possible. But when you're back in your own space and you're alone, and because I was missing you, you know, all of a sudden it was not that space of trust, of friendship, and I thought to myself, well, this time it's not such a big thing, because we will meet each other again in 6 weeks.
Yes.
But what then? I'm a bit scared of the time after that, you know, because there will be a long gap, I think. And what I experienced, I learned so much in the Dominican, and I had so much growth, inner growth. Again, people telling me things, how they see me or what they see in me, which I did not see in myself. And I thought, well, when I'm back, I'm going to do this and start that. But I was so overwhelmed, and how can I say, I had no power, no emotional power, no creativity to even think of what to do next. So I felt very, very comfortable when Mike said that he's going to set up that mastermind group for us, because we know each other since 3 weeks. And I love that it's just us, because we know we can be really very open and honest.
Yeah.
But I need that. I needed really the structure. You know,
Yes.
I put in some things like registering my business, and I did it. I have an appointment this afternoon. If I don't put it in here in the list, you know, in the to-do list, I wouldn't do it. I can push it. Well, I can still push it a little bit here, and I take action. Also, AWeber is a big thing. I will have my second call with Parvinder tonight, and she helps me through it, and I'm getting resourceful in searching where can I learn more about AWeber. But it's not that complicated. And also my ad, you know, I will have 1.5 day off this afternoon, and sun is shining, and I hope I can manage to get it done. I'm getting nervous, you know. I've got that. I don't know why, but it's kind of
I know.
It's and so how can I now? I started to put something. Let me show you. Maybe that makes sense. I will make it.
Yeah.
I know exactly. It will be on the lake where I usually run.
Yeah, great.
There is a bench and a table.
Great.
And I will make sure I put that here, and I take this with me. This is, you know, where I usually have the price list and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of, so here is my ad.
Very good.
So that's something from the job. Yeah. So I will put that behind my phone. I have the tripod here in front, and so I made 2 things.
Great.
Maybe. But then I have to go quite down.
I
don't want my eyes to go so down. So I have another one maybe here, but that's not wide enough for my phone. So I have a third one because I'm prepared. Still don't know if it will work. But it's just in the middle here. I don't know.
Yes.
But this is only the first words, you know, like chances are you're here seeking for more inspiration, and then I know my
That's
way.
great.
But then I need the next because it's still not my language, you know, it's not my mother tongue.
I'm super impressed, Claudia, because I know me doing it yesterday, I know how challenging it was for me to even just remember, let alone for you to remember but have it in English as well. Super, super challenging. But I think that's a really good idea, because it's the beginning of the sentence that you get stumped. It's always the beginning. And there was places in my video where I just went completely blank, and I got so far through it. And then I just went off into the distance, and I'm going, and yes, it was so like, it became obvious, because then it would just come to me. I would try and use filler words until it came back to me again. But it's, you know, I think that it's just, I think you're going to do awesome. And the fact that you've got that, we all have to have our own techniques, right? To just try and remember.
I can try. I mean, I can only try. But because Scott, you know, he really nailed me down to that Thursday. And Thursday is tomorrow, by the way. So
that's brilliant. So
tomorrow is a bank holiday, but maybe I can do it this afternoon. And I hope I don't have to start too many times, because you feel a bit discouraged then, and maybe you can feel it or people can see it in your face if you're not that positive anymore after number 10, or I don't know how many times I need that. I really hope I just do it 1 or 2 times. And I was
the same. With as I got towards the end, I was getting a little bit fed up with it. I was getting a bit fed up towards the end. So you could sort of see that, and I was starting to, I knew it. I was just starting to just push myself, just rush to try and get it done, because I just had enough of it. And then I got back to the car, and then I realized I'm either going to need a photo or I'm going to need something else for the landing page. So I just thought, oh my gosh. So then I had to go back and then set back up again. Now, I think the tip is that if you can get it into like paragraphs like you have, you know, your script, and then you can stop it. You can stop the video. Because what I did is I put an overlay picture where I stopped it. So, you know, it stops that, you know, that jolting, you know, going from one to the next, you know, if you stop it and start it, you know, you can tell it's been stopped and then started again. However, if you put an overlay picture at the end of where it finishes, you actually don't know. You think it's a continuous run. Does that make sense?
What kind of an overlay picture do you mean?
Oh, like, you know, the one of me and Emily in the Dominican, you know, of spinning around. So I put that in, and that covers up where I stopped it and started it.
Okay.
Then I put the photo of Emily when she was little.
Yes.
That covered up where I stopped and started it.
Okay.
And the book, pulling the book off the shelf.
Yeah.
That covers up where I stopped and started it.
Okay.
So that was a clever way of disguising. It was only towards the end where I couldn't put any more pictures or overlays in that you could just tell, and I didn't care anymore. It was like, if they've listened to this part now, they're most probably maybe going to click through. I don't know, but but at the beginning I put little overlays like pictures or whatever, video, and then that disguised that I'd stopped and started the video.
Okay. Yeah, I can think of that.
Okay. So are you planning to run all the way through?
I'm planning on maybe putting the camera into one angle, you know, in the beginning, because there is one sentence, one chapter. I feel very comfortable. And then I will have to see in my notes if I can go further. And if it's too obvious, I might put the camera just into another angle.
Yes.
And then start the video, continue with part 2.
Yes.
I will still be in the same location, but I saw that in David Holbrough's, he made a video about that.
Yeah.
So it's like sitting on the desk, or like the people who are telling the news in the evening. Sometimes they look into that camera, and then when the next report is coming, they just look into that camera.
Yes.
I don't know how that would look. So I try actually to go all through, but I did it a couple of times last night in my living room, and I was really, and I thought, well, that's going on very well. And then I referred to something and I thought, oops, I forgot that sentence completely. So then you have to start again, if you're missing out something that's important, because we really narrowed it down we compressed it into, interesting sentences. So I just can't leave things out. So I hope that I can just try.
You can just, and I think that the trick is to not worry about having to stop the camera. That's what, because I used to, before I did this one, I was always wanting to go all the way through and be brave enough to do the whole thing. But I've learned that to not take that on, because that puts added pressure. So know that you can stop that video and you can just stop and start and stop and start. Because when you told me that in the Dominican, you actually, one of your videos, when I asked you, said, because I said, what insights did you get? And it was about Justin saying, you just do the video and you stop it and then you start it again, then you do another bit and then you stop it and then you start it again. I thought, yes, that's what I'm going to do. So that's was brilliant for me. And so I chunked this right down. That gave me the confidence to go all the way through it.
Good.
Done. And you're going to feel the same way. Done.
And I went to bed and I thought, oh, I need a thank you page. And then I saw that you wrote something in the, I thought, oh, I have to do that as well. But that might come a bit more easy.
It will.
Details, because I do not have that much information as you have or as you can provide.
Yeah.
But it's just showing up there. The problematic thing will be there is nobody around who can take a picture of myself.
Take your selfie stick.
But I don't have that.
The Bluetooth. Honestly, do you know all I did? I actually had the phone sitting in the tripod and I literally put my hand up like that. And that's all you could see.
Okay. And so then you can just maybe cut it a little bit out if the arm is obvious. Okay.
You'll find that, because it worked for me, because I did it on the tripod. It didn't even, So do your, that's good. Remember to do your photo, and then your landing page. Honestly, you will be able to do it because you're doing videos so fluently now. You'll just know to just say, I'm happy that you came on through. It's brilliant. I'm excited. You're going to get some emails from me from, once you plug in your name and your email address, I'm going to start to send you the videos. You'll think of a few bullet points, can be 2 minutes. That's all. It's better than a photo.
Yeah.
But don't think about that now. Just get your video done. That's the most important thing. And get your photo. Because if you don't get to that landing page, that will work, because we have plenty of leads generated through just the video ad and just a still photo on a landing page.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But how is the process? They click on my ad and then they come to the landing page.
Yes.
But they put their email address in the landing page.
Yes.
So after that, they will receive.
So I've got a video on my landing page. Right. Okay. So they've clicked on the video and I've said, I'm so excited that you've clicked on through. So all you have to do now is put in your name and email address, and this is what you're going to get. This is what I'm going to provide you.
Okay. And how is your landing, your thank you page? Is it just a written text? Or also, again, thank you for opting in.
I think I've put it into the group, and I've chosen a Stuart video to put onto the landing page. Onto the thank you page. I've picked a Stuart video, something that I got from YouTube. Now, the ones that were being used by others, I can't get access to. I don't know. I've actually messaged Dan to ask him to give me some more input with respect to that thank you page. But for the time being, I've put it into our mastermind group. If not, I'll do it again, Claudia.
I can follow it up, but I have to follow up 40 messages this morning between you and Mike.
I know, because I know he was working on his landing. It was just convenient that he was working on his landing page, and I had just sort of started working, because I had a block about that Convertry landing page. I just had some real mental blocks. I had to just reopen it and just go for it again and make sure everything worked. Mike subscribed and it worked. So it wasn't working for me, so it worked. So that's brilliant. So I think because we're all fresh out of doing this, it's really brilliant for you too, because I looked at Mike's landing page and gave some suggestions, and he was helping me by subscribing. So I think we can help each other get our sales funnel correct and get it right, which is brilliant. And then we can be up and running soon. We'll actually have an ad up and running. How exciting, huh?
And that was the major thing. As I wrote, I'm so grateful for all these tips and the hints that you give me, because sometimes I don't think that far, or I don't know what to think about. Or what do I have to consider? Same like pictures, I have pictures with everybody, but it would be nice to have a picture with Stuart.
Yes.
So that's something that I really have to look at.
Definitely.
Charlotte.
Definitely. And because, you've got a lot. You've got one with Alex. You've got one with Brian Parsley, one with Alex Eastman. Do you have one with Jay? I don't have one either. And I just happened to catch Stu after we did our breakout session. That was after the breakout, and Emily, I said to Emily, you grab the phone, and then I just grabbed that quick photo.
I have that video when we walk around the table, where we are masterminding in that kind of summer garden house. That's nice.
See, that can go on your video, on your website.
Yeah, that's something that I have to look into, but that's really on the next 2-3 weeks. Work more on the website. I realized that I want to do that now, but I said to myself, no, there is another call coming up on Monday. Just push that aside.
Good.
You have 2-3 hours this evening. Just focus on that. Learn your script, and
good.
I have to put some more pages out there about my experience, maybe, or I don't know. That's something that we can discuss. But there are some nice pictures that could really brighten that website up a bit. But that's 2-3 weeks. I don't want to stand there with empty hands, when you're all presenting what you have, and the small little Germans, they're saying,
you're going to be in the same position as me, because I had to do exactly the same as you this week. I had to get that video done, get the sales funnel done. That's incredible. That's huge. And delinking. I delinked the YouTube channel from Trish online.
You could probably feel your heartbeat.
I held my breath. I literally, when you go, I'm just going to do it. I just had my hand on the mouse, and I just said, I'm just going to do it. And I just did it. That urge to just do it, and just, whatever the consequences. And I don't know, nothing has blown up. Nothing has happened yet. So I don't know. I've delinked it, And then I linked it, and then it had to be verified. Then I went into a panic and thought, I don't know how to do that. You've got to take this HTML code, you've got to upload it into your website. And I remember before the Dominican, I had no idea, and I had to install, actually I'll say it on here so I don't forget, and we can always go back to this recording. Before the Dominican, I installed a file manager it was a plugin. Mm-hmm. It was a plugin, a file manager, and it sits in your, the WordPress down the side under plugins. Mm-hmm. It sits there, and I attempted to upload this HTML file before the Dominican. Nothing was happening. I couldn't get anything verified. I just thought, how am I going to do this? I have no idea. And I gave up. So coming back, and DBL had done all their stuff as well. I don't know whether that interfered with anything of it, because there was a lot of stuff that had to be done, because a lot of that Chris Sweeney had to be taken out and transferred to her. And so there's a lot of adjustments that had to be made. And once that was done, I came back from the Dominican, and then yesterday I thought I'm just gonna do it. So delinked it, linked it, and then this HTML code I uploaded in File Manager, and it verified it. I got the green tick. I was like,
yeah, sometimes you don't understand.
No, and it just worked. And so I don't know the benefit of it. I don't know what it's for. But I've done it, and it's just another thing that's been delinked. So many things. Great. I went through the Legacy series in Aweber, and the only reason I discovered it was in my mail server was the Legacy series was being sent to me, and in my photo, in the Aweber, in the image text, it either has image or it's blank, or anyway, Chris Sweeney, the word Chris Sweeney was coming up in my Aweber series. So again, I had to go through Aweber, and then I found in a photo of me that the text hadn't been changed from Chris Sweeney. So I deleted that. So it's cropping up all the time. I've just got to emotionally deal with that.
Yeah.
And know that it's not a drama. It used to be, but now I just have
now
to
it's not
say,
anymore.
Now it's not. I just know that, okay, it's just another example. And I just have to deal with that, and then just keep, because it's going to come up. It's going to just keep coming up, because it is what it is. But slowly it's all totally coming around now, bit by bit. So
great. It's great, isn't it? And then you feel really, you think, I've done that now. And I know. Sometimes it's just that mental block, because I like this afternoon, I used to work in that town hall, and the lady, she is still there, the lady who actually made me quit that job there, because there was a lot of negative talking about me, and because when I left after my apprenticeship, and after 6 years, I think, and because I went to Manchester, and then I wanted to have another job somewhere, but it didn't turn out okay. So we both came back, my former friend and I. So I applied for some other jobs, but the mayor, he said, I want you back, because the lady who replaced you, she's just not good enough. So I said, well, if that's all settled and she's okay with that, and she was okay with that. So I came back, but there was another person, and she started a big thing about that. And so more than 150 employees from the town hall, they came together and they were discussing that. How dare Claudia doing that? And I was not invited. And the mayor said, well, listen, that's my decision. And because, such a small village, and you're presented like on a display, and that was terrible. So after 4 weeks or 6 weeks, I said, I just can't do that. And I came just off a call with Dino from Platinum.
Yes.
And we were talking about my values. That was great. That was really great. And there's now I understand much better what it means, you know, why I don't like to be displayed. And you understand everything more. So that lady, she is still there, and I would have to call her to make an appointment. And my heart was, I thought, well, it doesn't matter. You call, that's something in the past. Good. But she was not there. But maybe she's there this afternoon. But I will go with the good posture. I will go there. And it's all due to that mastermind group, because we have to do these steps now, one after the other. And it has to, it's like a filter.
Yes.
And you're getting more and more comfortable with it. I do.
It's good. It prioritizes really things, because I have prioritized what I need to do to be up and running again and to be on track with the 10 leads a day. So I've everything that I will only now do things that is going to make that a priority. And I have, well, there are a couple of things that I'm doing, a few extra things. I've got that interview coming up on Friday morning, my time, with Landria with regards to vidIQ and YouTube and how to optimize videos. That's going to be really powerful, because I'm now starting to actually explore how to reach a bigger audience on YouTube. So that's a whole different thing again. It's like organic traffic. How can I optimize these videos now so that, you know, I'm getting more views and getting more subscribers? Because my goal now is 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I don't know how that's going to happen, but vidIQ I think can help that. So I've got that call on Friday morning. That's going to be really good. So there are a few things that I'm sort of doing, but not like before, where I was doing a lot of other things outside of that revenue producing activity. And that was to make sure that, you know, and I feel really pleased. This week's been a big breakthrough, another one, really, I think, for both of us.
But we needed that break before, you know, that kind of settling in and giving our soul probably time to digest that all, because that was massive. I mean, that was not just a trip for a week into the Dominican, swimming or having some
relaxed time. Dirty monkeys.
No, it was much, much more than that.
Oh, it was much more.
It touched us on such a deep level. Yes. And you have to give, I mean, I couldn't really talk about it here with somebody, you know, it's within me, and I had to digest it myself.
Do you want to not go back necessarily to the Dominican, but do you feel that you want to immerse yourself in that situation again?
I would do some things different. I would be a bit more open. I would know now maybe more what to expect. Yeah. I was thinking, if I knew then what I know now, would I have taken more out of it? But I'm very happy already, because it gave me the bigger picture, and I feel much more comfortable than before. I still don't know what to do, but I know what to do next and what to learn, what to focus on. I always want to be perfect, and that's a big problem in that case, because I always look, oh my God, now she's doing that vidIQ thing like that, you know, when you were talking about, I have a YouTube channel, but there's just one video sitting on there. So I don't have to look into that, and I don't have to look into tracking. No. I need to have that ad running, and the thank you page and the landing page, and learn to play around a little bit with Aweber.
That's it.
And that's it. And then when I see that maybe 1 or 2 leads coming in, then I can do the next step.
That's it. That's exactly right. And, you know, there's going to always be people ahead of you, always.
Yeah,
People
sure.
ahead
They
of
have more
me, people
time.
ahead of you. And the thing that's good about that is because when you are ready for that, it's sort of all been done.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's good about that. And you don't have to be that person to source what's going to happen. A bit like Mike tonight. So I was a little bit ahead today, just a little bit ahead on the Convertry landing page. And so he texts me and says, I can't get rid of the black border on my YouTube video. I'll send it through and for you to have a look at. And because I was just an afternoon ahead, I could say to him, do this, this, and this. And then, oh, by the way, get rid of your Convertry branding, which pops up on your sales page automatically, and change this thing on the tab. Because I was just an afternoon ahead. Now, if it was a day behind, I wouldn't have had that advice. Mm-hmm. But it was an afternoon ahead. And so I had that advice. So for him to go searching and trying, because I know when you go searching for something, trying and fiddling around and not knowing what you're doing, it's so challenging. But to have someone that is just that little bit further ahead, gee, that is worth everything, right?
Yeah, and I think that's how it will work. And that's why I'm really pleased that we have that group. And, you know, it's not, and it's good if we really keep it at that compact, because there are so many groups out there. And so many people are adding me in messenger groups, but they have complete different objectives or targets, why they are in there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't resonate. So sometimes it's a bit difficult to unsubscribe or to just hop off that group, because it's blocking you, and it's not. In the beginning, I think you have to be selfish. And Jay Williams was saying that in one of the videos when he's doing the modules, he said it's nice if you want to help somebody, but he did the same. But he said his business sucked, because he realized that he was helping here and there and the advice, and he was not doing the work in his business.
Yeah.
So I really want to focus on that. And everybody can still see to find more information when it comes to video. You can go to David Holbrow or Jean with the website, but I need to focus, definitely.
I agree, and that's what this group's all about. And I agree, it should just be kept tight, and we resonate with each other, and we've known each other now since Phoenix, London, Dominican Republic. I mean, to be on those three events together is not common either. That's not a common thing. And then to be in North Carolina as well together.
Yeah.
That in itself is quite uncommon. It was funny because when I was sitting opposite Dan Holloway in that intro, I said to him, do you realise that we were in Brisbane together for the Platinum Workshop. Then we were in Toronto together. Then we were in Arizona together. Then we were in Perth together. Then we were in London together. Then we were in 10 for 10 together. And now we're in the Dominican Republic together. Now that's rare.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare to sort of have, and I think that creates that sort of connection, definitely builds a stronger bond with people than you would sort of even just connecting just over Zoom or
true.
So I think that what we do have is very special in that group. So I think it's brilliant. So